And at that point, it was just like, she said, I'll handle it. I'll handle it. Thanks, man. Because at that moment, I couldn't. I mean, I had enough going on.
Yeah.
And for everybody that isn't aware of what's going on, my grandfather passed away yesterday. The sucky part is my mother goes home from work. She calls me, says, hey, I'm on the way to the doctor's appointment, or I was, but considering the situation, I'm now coming to Granddaddy's house. And I'm like, okay, I'm already down here. She says, is there anything I need to do? She said, do I need to go home? Whatever. And I was like, well, run home and change, because you may be here a while, and if don't, that way you're not stuck in your work clothes. Go home and change, put on some comfortable clothes, and come back, because it could be a long night. So she goes by her house, 2:30, changes, puts on more comfortable clothes, gets back in the car, comes here at around 4 something yesterday afternoon. 2 piece of shit kicked in, possibly 3, kicked in 2 different doors. One successfully did not crack. I'm pretty impressed, because it was one of those doors that has like multiple glass panes in it.
Right.
And you could see, like, I leaned against the door just to see, and you could see where somebody maybe, close to my size tried to pile drive it with their right shoulder, and the door didn't give. The deadbolts and everything are jacked.
Dislocated.
I hope that he's got splinters in his penis for what he did. But then they went downstairs and smashed a window, and they tried to kick in the downstairs door. It wouldn't kick in either. Got to give props to a house made in the 70s.
Yeah.
Real wood,
Yeah.
Unlike Mike, it's real wood. But these bastards ransacked the house, and really, I should ransacked the house. They went straight for the bedroom and went straight for the guns. And they did go through my mother's dresser drawer and took a bunch of gold jewelry I gave her. You know what sucks is out of everything that went missing, the piece of crap took 3 things that mean the most to us. And it was 2 different times in my life where I was able to buy my mother a gold chain for Mother's Day. And one said, had a heart and said, I love you. And the other one said, world's greatest mom. So they took both of the necklaces I gave her and took a bracelet that my great grandmother had given to my real dad on his graduation. So the punk asses that did this are now on my hit list. If anybody wants to say DJ Scotty's threatening somebody, oh yeah, I'm going to kill these bastards if I ever find them.
Well,
of course, we know realistically, I'll never find these guys. Nobody ever will. All these guns, all these handguns. There was 8 handguns stolen out of my dad's closet.
How do they know to go right there, though? That's the thing.
When they kicked in the basement door, unfortunately, my dad's reload stuff was right there. As soon as they kicked in the door, you could see all the 12-gauge shells. You could see all the brass from pistols. As soon as that door opened, it was like winning the lottery. As soon as the door opened, as soon as they got that basement door open, he has a pool table. So you figure it's a table about like this with a piece of wood over it and all the reload stuff. So as soon as the door opened, they went, there's guns in the house. I mean, as soon as the door opened, it was like, holy crap, that's a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
And it was so many different kinds that implied that there was multiple guns in that house.
Well, Karma's a biatch.
So they ran upstairs in my dad's hunting backpack with all the cameras, you mount in the trees. They dumped it and loaded the backpack up full of handguns so they could walk out of there. But the crazy part is the way it happened. I mean, it was just right after my mom. It's right after my mom had left. So, in theory, thank God she wasn't there.
Yeah.
I mean, it just sucks. But it's just dirty bastards, man. Dirty bastards are going to do that. And, of course, they had no idea what we were dealing with. But the bad part is on their stupidity is every one of the guns, the numbers will be turned in. So, as soon as you get caught,
yeah, you got to try to pawn those off. You're going to.
Right. Yeah. No matter what, whether, you're getting caught with a stolen firearm. So there'll be some jail time when you get caught.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any crimes committed, I mean,
it just sucks. It just totally sucks.
Yeah.
Dirty, but dirty bastards.
Yeah.
And again, it was on the day that it was. It sucks. The good thing is Philip Snow. Philip Snow's DeKalb County. And he was like, dude, text me that address. He said, first he asked where it was. I told him the intersections and stuff. He's like, yeah, I know where it is. I said, okay, I'm gonna text you the address. Yes, text me the address. I'm like, dude, just whenever you're free, drive by. Let the piece of crap neighbor, because who knows? It could be a neighbor. You know, you never know. I'm like, let them see you.
Let them see you walking around with the
Yeah, walk the dog around in the yard a few times. Piece of craps. And you know, be glad you don't. You know, I don't say this. I know I sound angry and frustrated. I am a little angry and a little frustrated.
You're allowed to be.
But let me tell you something. You better be glad I wouldn't have been in that house, because I make no bones about it. You know, me and one of the commissioners in this very same town got in an argument over this grape gang. I want everybody to know this grape gang, in which I'm fixing to talk about, is a nationwide problem. This isn't just in Rockdale County. This is nationwide. This is happening, and everybody's keeping it hush hush because it's happening with minors. So, you know, we're not supposed to talk about it. But me and the commissioner's argument is, don't you believe the citizens of our county have a right to know?
Very much.
Well, as long as the cops know. No, sir. Incorrect answer. It's a good thing I don't have my buzzer button up here.
Headshot.
Because in my mind, that is incorrect. The answer is not, as long as, hold on. You are sentenced to death. The wrong answer. As long as the citizens know. Are you freaking ridiculously kidding me? Every citizen in the county, every citizen in towns, cities, states, countries have a right to know what's happening in their community.
Right.
Be aware.
Just like the one what happened at Honey Creek.
Well, here was my question when I heard, well, as long as the cops know, that's all that matters. No. What about the retired citizens that are at home?
Or the stay-at-home mom.
That have a car parked in the garage? Or what if they don't drive anymore and somebody comes up and kicks in their door? 80-year-old woman sitting in a recliner. What if she strokes out at that moment?
Yeah.
What if she stands up? Yeah, but okay, the murder charge means nothing. There's a dead woman.
Right.
The murder charge may sound great if you threaten it against the idiot that did it, but 4 juveniles that kick in your door for shits and giggles. You know, back in our day, we skipped school to get drunk. These people are skipping school to go break in houses. So what's going to happen? Old lady strokes out. You know, your grandmother is now dead. Who cares what happens to these 3 kids that broke in your house? Your grandma's dead.
Right.
What happens if she decides to stand up and one of them grabs her by her wrist and throws her down and breaks her arm? I think our citizens should know this. It just seems like effing fair play to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, election time's coming. Election time. Let's not make it look like our town has crime rates.
Here, hold on. Let me hand you a shovel.
So, you know, commissioners are running for office. New commissioners are running for office. Sheriffs are running for office. Everybody's running for office. So let's make Rockdale County not look like Southwest DeKalb.
I think Scotty needs to run for office.
Right.
Look, I found out I can run for sheriff. I found out I can run for commissioner. I found out I'm fixing to go after a couple of heads on a platter is what I found out. Now that I talked to some folks last night and found out that I can. But see, then again, if I run for office, then I become a dick like them. What I want to be able to do is remain who I am as a citizen. And if you think I'm an asshole for saying that, well, just know this. As a citizen, we have all the power.
And commissioner, sheriffs work for.
They all work for us.
Thank you.
So y'all may think one guy don't have power, but one asshole like me with a big mouth can round up 100 voters that can really cause a little shit in the bucket.
Make or break your,
We're at 8:02, so I'm going to censor some of what I'm saying, but I hope that my message has been delivered. Election's coming. Please answer the phone. So it just sucks. It all sucks.
Yeah.
And one of my Chris with Ravens is texting. Yes, one of my brother's friends who does remodel work and has been family friends with my dad for years is supposed to be on the way. The insurance people are coming out today, and they got an alarm and cameras and stuff that's going to be installed by, next couple of days or whatever. The problem is this. I made the crack to my dad about what if they come back?
Yeah.
The
What
problem,
if they do?
the problem is my dad's like, I don't think they're stupid enough to come back. Well, if they're stupid enough to do it the first time, they're stupid enough to come back.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they know they couldn't fit
If
everything.
they know they couldn't take everything they wanted to take,
Now
I'm
they
just-
know what's in there. Too,
they know
so
what's in there now.
They know where to go and
That's
what
right.
to get it. Yeah.
That's right.
I'd be
I'll go sit on the couch, leave the front
That's what
door
I was
open.
about to say. I'd
Right.
be just sitting on the couch with a gun, just laying on my lap.
It just sucks. But here's what I want everybody to know. Even though people might think I'm sounding ill this morning, I'm trying to trigger. I want everybody to know I'm strategically screwing with your brains. I want you to hear in my voice how I feel and what I'm saying to trigger the emotion in your minds, in your brains, in your heart to realize how vulnerable you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every single one of you guys are vulnerable. When you leave your house, you are leaving a canary in a cage. And it just depends on if the cat's smart enough to open the cage.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how simple it is.
Yeah.
I say everybody go get a Can Corso or a Presa Canary, which are like my dog and bigger, and just leave them in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And pray some dumbass comes in. It would be like feeding lions raw meat at the zoo. Yes, come on in this cage, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all vulnerable and you don't understand it. You don't understand how vulnerable you are. And for everybody that says, oh, it would never happened to me. Well, shit, it just happened to my mom last night
Right.
Yeah.
and my dad.
Yeah.
So for everybody that thinks, no, it can't happen,
Yes, it can.
get a grip. It can, it will.
Well, and that's the thing is,
It
I'm
don't matter
never gonna
when,
say-
it's just going to happen.
I'm never going to say it's never going to happen to me. I hope it doesn't ever
Well,
happen.
Chris with
but-
Ravens Renovation never knew the one day that he was walking to he was at work, never knew the day he was walking down to his truck that he was getting armed robbery. He didn't know that as he walked to his truck, there was going to be two guys trying to stick him up.
Mhm.
And apparently one of the guys didn't know either. Like they knew they were going to bully him to get his money, but the second guy had no idea the first guy was fixing to pull out a gun. So
Mhm.
he had no idea.
See, that's like the racetrack over where the Salem Road
Yeah.
or wherever that they almost tried to
Oh.
carjack the
Was it-
guy.
I thought it was Quick Trip.
Oh, it might have been. But I mean, you can't even get out and get gas without feeling like something's gonna happen
You have
now.
to be on alert at all times now.
I mean, I had David on the phone when I'm pumping gas.
Well, did you see the thing I shared last night? I didn't really get to read it. Yesterday was kind of a blur for me. But I shared the one thing about Honey Creek and what was it? Two drug
Yeah.
dealers that got into it?
Two drug dealers, both 19 years old.
Kill them both.
Yeah.
Kill them both. You know why? Again, I want to trigger an emotion in people. I use the word kill because it automatically, everybody needs to know I'm very strategic in what I'm doing. I use the word kill and I just heightened your senses because you go, oh my God, he just said kill.
Mhm.
These two guys are shooting it out. Has anybody ever watched a movie and saw like two helicopters chasing each other and shooting in the city? Has anybody ever said, I wonder where those bullets go when it doesn't hit the helicopter?
Right.
Right.
Okay, so we got two drug dealers in a subdivision shooting.
Mhm.
Where did the bullets go? It was just a week or two ago that a girl that was like 6 years old got buried because two drug dealers got into a shootout in an apartment complex
Stray bullet,
or
yeah.
a street somewhere, and the 6-year-old got hit in the head with a bullet. An innocent 6-year-old standing there, and she dies because of two piece of crap human beings.
Mhm.
So y'all think it's wrong for me to say kill them both? I'm triggering your emotions because I'm trying to make you stress over the word kill. The word is kill for a reason. I want you to go, oh my God, think about it. Two people shooting each other out in a subdivision. Where do the bullets go?
Mhm.
Somebody's
Into
wall.
Linda Johnny's window.
Yeah, somebody's getting shot. Something's getting shot. Somebody. It's either a wall, a vehicle, a
person.
tree, a
Yeah.
person, a kid's bicycle. Somebody needs to realize that when you live up in the hood, shit's gonna happen.
Mhm.
And right now, Rockdale's the hood. It's
Yeah.
all come right down Wesley Chapel. And what I find funny is people that didn't grow up here want to try to tell me stuff. I want to try to tell you how your county is. Let me tell you something, homie. I grew up right there on Glenwood. I don't see y'all rolling down to Glenwood. I don't see none of y'all down on Wesley Chapel. I don't see none of y'all down on that part of Covenant Highway. The crap that's hitting in Rockdale now, I grew up in that. This is no surprise to me. But what I think's funny is when these idiot people try to fantasize and paint pictures of how beautiful things are. No, you're supposed to be elected officials, man. Do your damn job.
Right.
You got to be held accountable to protect us. We have the right for the services of protect and serve.
Right.
And this ain't me jacking jabs at the police officers, because a good portion of these police officers I'm friends with, one of them, I will leave his name out of it, is I hug this guy and tell him I love him. He's one of the greatest guys in the world, and I hate that me and him had some beef a couple of months back, but we both had a misunderstanding. He thought I was bashing cops and had no idea what he didn't know what was done to me.
Right.
He didn't understand that a police officer that had no idea what McLovin, I'll just call her that, come up in my yard and disrespected me. And I'm fixing to make that video go viral again because, screw her. She did it. Come to find out, the woman that got up in my driveway and was nasty to me was over at Military Mike's house and just got nasty with him too. I was like, dude, you didn't catch that on video?
Wow.
So again, I'm not in a rant. It's just everybody needs to understand their surroundings. We are friggin' vulnerable because my old man, my real father, he was a police officer. So for the next CS that tells me I don't know nothing about cops, I grew up with one. My grandfather was a cop. My dad was a cop. My brother just retired as being a cop. The next person, especially anybody that's an elected official, tells me I don't know nothing about being a cop, you can stick it in your butthole, buddy, with a pine cone, cover it in peanut butter, whatever it takes to shove it up your ass. Boom, you take it. But don't nobody tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've already led the life. But my point of the matter is, my real father used to say all the time, all the really crazy crap is happening right in front of your eyes because you don't want to believe that that's possible.
Right.
Yeah.
These people are kicking in your doors and you're not really paying attention because you're looking at this guy thinking, there's no way he's walking over there in broad daylight to kick the door in. Well, of course he is. Because
you
he
don't
thinks,
expect it.
I called a guy after I had back surgery. I called a guy in July robbing a bank. On a cane, I chased a bank robber out of a bank on 124 at Annistown Road at a SunTrust. I chased a bank robber. Y'all want to tell me I didn't? You can. You already know where to stick the pine cone. I chased a bank robber out, and me and the GBI stood there and talked. They said, "How in the world why were you paying attention to what this guy was wearing?" I went, it's July, and he had on a sock hat covering his ears and his hair. Had a long sleeve shirt on. He had on black cargo pants, black shoes. I'm like, it's July.
Yeah. Well,
it's July. It's 90 friggin' degrees. Why would anybody dress that way?
Right.
Right. Like when we went to New York, me and my dad went to New York. We took the train up, sitting in Penn Station. There's a guy dressed in a Rangers, all rangered out and everything. And he was walking up behind people, just scanning them up and down with a little card scanner thing.
God, yeah.
My dad was watching him, and he would look at my dad, like beat him down, and then he would come up to him real quick, walk back, and he figured out that he was like metal detecting people without not letting them know. But yeah, he could see the chain where what's it called? The badge.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's just
the badge was
people just got to have more common sense, man. You just have to be smarter.
But that could have been anything. It could have been a card scanner scanning your card.
That's right.
Or luckily it was a good person. But
that's right.
Yeah, but
you never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. So
Jing, show me a Coke.
Punch her for me.
No.
You have the wrong answer. All right, well, let's shoot off to commercial. We'll be right back. And Joe Leeper, I love you too.
We'll do some Family Feud questions too.
Oh, we're going to do some more of that. Yeah. All right, here comes Happy. We're going to try to cheer it up. To me, I don't want everybody to think I'm just having a totally bad day. At 11 o'clock, I got to go up to Scott Ward's. We're making the plans for my grandfather. And he was a vet. Did anybody notice the pictures? It's so funny. My grandfather, I did not realize, like I kind of knew, but I never realized exactly where my kookiness came from. Like I kind of knew. I mean, I grew up with it, But it's just kind of funny. people joke about me being a hoarder, and I got all these cool gadgets, and I got crap everywhere. And because I grew up with him, I knew where he hid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I knew where he had his pistol hid and stuff like that. Well, nobody else in the family knew.
It's paying attention.
Yeah. So I tried telling my aunt, and used to, there was a joke that two of the drawers on his dresser would never close all the way. So I walked in and I said, we got to find his guns. I mean, it's been 10 years since I rummaged through his stuff. You know, back when I was a teenager and I lived with him and stuff, it was different. But, you know, I made the comment, the whole family ended up sitting in my grandfather's room. I said, shit, this is the most action my grandfather's room's had in like 15 years. Everybody's sitting there because my grandmother had passed away. And I said, y'all do realize there's guns hid in this room. And they were like, and I'm like, you do realize like the sock drawer that never closed? They go, yeah. And I was like, it didn't close because there was a sock hanging out of it. And they were thinking, what? And I slid the drawer and took the drawer out. And I said, that's where a 25 used to be hidden. I said, but it's not. So I took all 3 drawers out the top. And they used to be junk drawers, but now he actually has sock and underwear and stuff. But used to all his little old watches and keychains used to be in these drawers. He had all that stuff. So I started rummaging through stuff. And to me, I felt very honored to go through my grandfather's stuff and find all the kooky stuff. Mm-hmm. Like back when Casio watches first came out and you could push a button, he had one that went, and I remember me and him wore that. I was probably 3rd grade, and we wore the battery out with him doing that. But I found that watch. All sorts of like old crazy flashlights.
But it just brings back
it was so many memories. And then I found the pistol that I remember him, you know, yanking out from under the seat one time in a fit of rage. Accidents happen. But I remembered it was a flashback. So it was really cool going through everything. So then my aunt and my little cousin walk in and say, well, you know, because this is my aunt, she goes, Daddy needs to be buried in his red, white, and blue flag shoes. So you think of what Keds look like, or Vans.
Right.
He had some red, white, and blue striped shoes. Mm-hmm. But then it also has like a pattern from Desert Storm. So it was like multiple symbols of war on these shoes. So on the back of his door is a gun, not a gun, but a shoe rack. So I pull out a pair, and Cassie, which is my cousin, she says, no, those are the newer ones. And I look up and I'm like, there's the second pair. She goes, no, those are the other pair. And I went, okay. And I pull out another pair. That was the 3rd pair. She goes, yeah, those look kind of worn. Those look like the one he wore every day. So I'm like, great. Now I know where I get that, you know, don't just buy 1, buy 2 of everything. Or 3. I mean, because we used to joke, you know, like if you bought 2 AA batteries, you buy 6 because you know you just don't know. Don't buy 1 roll of toilet paper, you buy 36 rolls of toilet paper. My wife hates that, but that's who I am, and I see where I got that idea now. But as we, you know, as the body left the house, we found the other pair of
the 4th pair
that he really wore every day.
That he really wore.
And all his hats, and every hat had something to do with it. He loved bald eagles, so either there was a bald eagle or an American flag somewhere. So I posted a picture of his bathroom. I said he was a vet until the day he died. I mean, you know, this cat right here was the representation of what the world used to be, and just to paint an image of who this guy was. There was, I'm going to count out how many aunts there was. One of my uncles have passed away, so I always get messed up when I say it. But then there was Penny, my mother, Buddy, Bobby, Doug. So there was 5 children, and my biological grandfather, my those 5's father was in the Navy, and he was killed when my mother was 8 years old. Mm-hmm. Now, my grandfather that passed away was not biologically my grandfather, but it's the only grandfather I've ever known. That was my granddaddy. It did makes no bones. It's just like I'm Zayla's granddaddy. That was my granddaddy. He marries my grandmother, who has 5 kids. Who does that?
Yeah.
Like, who meets this single woman, has 5 kids, and he goes, I got this.
I'll marry you.
I got this. So he took on the responsibility of raising 5 kids that were not his.
Right.
And then my grandmother and him had Pam, which made 6. So now he's got 6 kids to raise.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it every day like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And used to come pick me up and take me anywhere I needed to go. And the crazy thing is, when I was in my raising hell days, he had a homing device up my butt, because there was days I would be walking from Kicks, which was in Lithonia. I'd leave Kicks, we'd close at 1 or whatever. I'd just be walking down Mountain Industrial towards Covenant Highway, and all of a sudden he'd pull up.
Get in the car.
And he ran dispatch for over 30 years at the gas company, and he got off at midnight. And there would just be days, because Lithonia back in 86, you're walking 85, 86, you're walking down the road, you see headlights, you usually just step over into the bushes because you didn't know who was fixing to pass you.
Right.
And I just kind of see this car coming from the opposite direction. I start kind of hovering over towards the bushes a little bit, not sure if I'm going to dive in the bushes or not. And about that time, I see this, Malibu station wagon. Jeff Mathias actually had one that matched to my grandfather's a little bit, but I would see this almond color with the wood paneling crap down the side of it come tootling by, and he'd just stick his finger out the window, and not like pointing at you going, get in the car. He'd point the finger out like, hey.
Yeah.
And then you'd see it do a U-turn. He'd pull up and roll the window down. Where are you going? And he didn't live in Lithonia, y'all. He lived at Wesley Chapel in Covenant Highway. And he'd say, where are you going? And I'd say, over towards Malbert Road. He said, Grandma's been looking for you. Get in. Because I lived with my grandparents then. And I'd get in. And I can't tell you how many times he just found me walking down the dang road. He just knew where I was and what I was doing all the time. So, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, he'd find me. And it's not that I was in trouble or anything. He would just get in the car. Let's go get something to eat. Take you back to your grandma. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. We'll be right back. We're not going anywhere. Just having one of those days. Everybody hang tight.
It's 23 degrees.
Is it really?
Yeah, they said it may top out at 54 today.
Bella, let's go out in the yard, right by the sidewalk.
Pull the towel away, then open the door. I know a few minutes ago you have an option, but the problem is with that, I need to screw that strip down, because when it pushed over the towel, it did this, and then you could stick your finger under the door.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I planned on getting screws at Lowe's yesterday, but I didn't exactly make it.
Yeah. Come on, baby.
And we picked up a new sponsor yesterday, too.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come on.
Hey, hey. What you want to do?
Have fun.
Is that the new one? Does the water work now?
No. My wife did not know not to turn it on, and she did.
Go lay down. Come on. Go lay down. No, not over here. Go lay down. Go lay down.
I was looking at my time hop, and you know, good things always come out of time hop. And it was a thing from ninth grade, and I drew this thing. It's called a platicorn, and there's a whole story that goes with them.
A platicorn?
Yeah. It was
That's so funny.
a platypus and a unicorn.
I figured that.
Yeah, because that's so important.
Only you. Let's see. I want to do this squat challenge thing. I just need to do it.
Where's that?
You do squats for 40 seconds. You don't count how many you're doing. You just do it for 40 seconds. And like each day you kind of do more than the last. You just do it for 40 seconds.
Yeah, you do 40 seconds,
Mhm.
and then stand up for 4 to 10 seconds, and then do 40 seconds more, but don't lean forward on your toes. You stay on your heels. And there's a couple of different ones. I can show y'all the link. I'll send you the link, but it's pretty intense. I didn't do it this morning, but I've done it the last 2 mornings.
Jago said, if the guy calls in the suite, I've been looking and can't find the message him and I were in.
But what?
For the call in at 9 o'clock.
Oh.
From the
I'd love for it to happen, but if it don't,
yeah.
And ask him if there's a way to reschedule it. That would be super. Just because of the crap that I'm already dealing with today, and I really don't mean that to be wrong or bad or.
No, I mean everybody understands.
I mean I just wasn't prepared, and there's nothing I can do about it.
He's, as I'm typing and sending, he said, I heard.
Yeah, it just helps.
Yeah.
And I really truly don't mean it to sound. I mean, by the time I got here, I was so wound up that I couldn't go to sleep.
Right. And we're back. Ish.
As you can tell, I'm running a little slow this morning.
No.
Wow, we're back. Man, I'm running a little slow this morning. You don't think about emotionally what exactly you go through while dealing with all this stuff. And again, I don't want it to sound like I'm just trying to create a day of what I got to deal with. I'm just creating a moment of time in which everybody thinks about these things.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't really think about it. It's like, holy cow, I had to try to be there for my aunt because when I walked in the door, she was laying there with my grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad. But, me and my aunt grew up together like brother and sister. She's just a couple years older than me. We both lived in the same house with my grandparents. I mean, that sort of thing.
Right.
So I had to make sure that I was there doing what I had to do for her, as well as making sure everything was being taken care of for my mom. And then my other aunts and uncles came in, and because I already knew Scott Ward, I'd already made a message to him over the weekend, and we'd already been sending messages back and forth. And he'd already said yesterday to call him. He had no idea that I needed to call him that moment. You know what I mean? He's like, call me to talk about what we needed to talk about, but he didn't know that I needed him that second.
Right.
So when I called him, I'm just like, wow, I actually thought I was going to come visit you in the next couple of days, but now I need you to send the guy here and now. So anyways, what you got? Let's hear it.
Let's see. Let me get back to my page. We're going to do a couple Family Feud questions and kind of have some fun.
All right, hang on a second. Alex, okay. Because we've been working on 2 different phones. The typical normal phone, I plug in when the show's over so that I can call into the station at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we do have a phone that we use during the show. So The 282-1220 is the number you call in during shows. So when, in other words, if I wouldn't have been dealing with death yesterday, I would have been here. I could have explained it. So
Yeah.
you
And
know,
again, that's
the behind the scenes stuff just didn't take place yesterday because there was other behind the scenes stuff taking place.
Yeah.
So there's two phones laying here. One, which is the original one, gets plugged in when the show isn't running, and then when the show is running, you plug in the other one.
And that number is 770-282-1220.
There you have it.
There you got it.
That's the one that's on the YouTube.
And there you get it.
So go with what you know.
Okie dokie. So
One
Bubbles, you
size
ready for
fits
this?
all.
Heck
Nope.
yeah, with me. Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
You said it.
No.
You said it.
No taxi backs.
You said exactly what we already assumed, Denise.
My husband.
You said it. You
Oh.
said one size
Okay,
fits all.
anyway.
We already knew this. Did we not, Bubbles? We already knew this.
Anyway, name something you buy more than one of.
Wait, wrong one.
Toilet paper.
It should be this one.
No. Whatever.
One size fits all.
Name something you buy more
Vacuum cleaner.
than
man.
one of for Thanksgiving.
One of for Thanksgiving.
More than
one
one
of.
of.
Beer.
True.
Well, for you.
Speaking of beer,
Yeah, because that was squirrel. That was important.
no, we're making. I told you we started our beer kit last
Jesus
week,
Christ.
and we transferred it to the secondary fermentation carboy last night, and I tasted it, and we added the peach into it. It's gonna be so good. So yeah, I'll bring some for you.
You say alcohol, subject change.
Right?
I usually say when a subject's really bad or something, I'll go, "How about them trees?" Now we
How
just
about them beers?
How about them alcohols?
yeah. Well, now it's just like if we're having an uncomfortable subject, I go beer, and it'll change the subject. Are you showing me your boobs?
No.
That's what I thought. I was like,
So now I'll just say boobs. Oh,
Drink
you're trying to show
beer.
me what the shirt says.
what's it say?
Drink beer.
Just for Fun Radio.
Squirrel.
Beer.
Yes, exactly.
Morning.
What?
Good morning.
I haven't said that in a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. How's your mama doing?
My mama doing good. I guess she's up in heaven. So
She's
doing all right.
she's skateboarding on the streets of gold.
she's probably up there listening to Just for Fun Radio.
Heck
They
yeah.
got it across the big
Yeah,
speakers
and
up
you know
there.
what she's saying? Jeff, I can't believe you're still hanging out with that bastard after all these years. Didn't I teach
Probably.
you anything? Your mom right now
Oh, my
is
gosh.
probably
She-
like raising hell with
She
me,
probably is.
of
Well,
course.
the only hell she ever raised was me. So
Oh
you know how
Lord.
that goes.
Yeah.
But we like it.
No, it's still you still got static coming across your station.
In
When I
what?
call in.
In the phone,
Like-
in the
Tune
app,
in.
or
Well, both. The phone that you're at is real staticky, but when I'm listening to the show across my phone, every now and then you can hear a really bad buzz.
yeah, is something about
shows,
something about this new damn phone. I'm learning I have to mute the input that goes into the board. It's totally stupid. I'm just gonna have to go buy another freaking phone.
I told you you can have mine
Shit,
once
I
I
don't-
get
I don't
my
mind.
upgrade.
I mean, look at it flashing. See it?
Yeah.
That's a Facebook
I
app
don't
that's
mind it used to
flashing,
be,
and I don't
but-
have it on this phone.
Well, go figure.
That's crazy.
Whose phone did it use?
I know, Steph's. Like, look, it just opened Facebook.
She got
Congratulations.
Viruses.
Yeah, but she said she got
It's all
shots.
that redneck porn she watched.
There's
I
a
don't
It's
know.
all that redneck porn she watched.
there's a cream for that.
Yeah, well, they say.
It's actually a gel. It's not a cream.
Yeah. So how's your week going, Jeff?
Yeah, what's happening?
My week is going all right. Just busy as usual. Sales are dead, but that doesn't mean the warehouse isn't busy. We've always got something going on. So I finally got one of my employees back who had Jerry had a really bad wreck early Christmas Eve morning.
Yeah.
And when I say early, I mean like 2 o'clock in the morning. He has a second job that he cleans offices. Him and his wife were coming back up 285 and his car died on him. And as he's trying to get to the side of the road, the lady, not even paying attention that he had his flashers on, slammed into the back of him, hit him so hard that it actually broke his driver's seat. He was laying flat in the back seat.
Holy crap.
Dang.
That's how bad she hit him. So
That sucks.
Wow.
yeah, so they were able to get up and walk out of it though. So they're both sore. He got a severe case of whiplash, but they were actually able to get up and walk. So that's good there. But he
Yeah,
was
Denise
out for
had a
week
case
because
of
that.
lashed whip.
Hey,
Wait, is that lashes whip?
watch it.
She was hurt from the whipping. There you go. Lashes from the whipping. Something like that.
And if
Butt
I'd known
hurt.
it was your house,
Sir?
if I'd known it was your house that I took the mailbox out of, I may not have replaced it, or I might have egged the rest of the house.
I know, right?
That was pretty cool, though. That was pretty cool of them to actually replace it and bring it up and put it on your porch. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are
and the
decent people in the
stickers
world.
for it, for the numbers. I was like, sweet.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
And I don't even have to
uh,
put it in.
as
Our
far as the,
landlord's putting it in. Wait.
That's cool. And the Pontiac Lamont station wagon you were talking about,
Yeah.
Scott? You remember that morning we were on the way to work and transmission went out? We were at the end of the neighborhood getting ready to pull onto the main road. Transmission went
Oh
out.
my God. Y'all wait
we
till you
ended up
hear
having
this.
to put it
Listen,
had to put
D.
it in reverse and drive all the way back through the neighborhood back up to our house.
In reverse.
We
It wasn't
drove
going
from
right.
the stop sign all
Yeah,
I'm
over.
talking, we went down, it curved to the right, and as soon as you were coming out of that right-hand turn, you had to turn left onto another street. Then it curved to the right, and as it curved to the right, it then turned right, and we're in reverse at like 7 a.m.
That would be so fun.
Can you imagine my neighbors going, what in the hell are these white boys doing now?
That'll be so fun, though.
Our neighbors,
Yeah,
no
well-
joke, our neighbors were really concerned when we started, when there started being that many crazy white people living there. But the problem that they thought they were going to have turned out to be a blessing because nobody came in our neighborhood acting stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, you do know them crazy bastards down there, we'll get you. Like
Yeah.
one time we had a party. This is no lie. And Jeff remembers this. We had a party and there was probably like 15 people already passed out asleep. This dude we call Fat Matt. It was hot as hell. Air conditioning at work. So there was fans in the windows. The sliding glass door was open. Of course, the screen was closed. Fat Matt was going to pee. He walks back by, decides to light a cigarette, and he's trying to smoke and blow it out of the screen window. Of course, the fan's blowing the air back in.
Right.
But as he's doing that, he saw somebody trying to break in either my truck or a car outside. So he basically walked to my room and he's like, Scott, there's somebody outside trying to break in your truck. So I get up and I grab like an axe handle or whatever I had. Everybody grabbed something. There was always 3 aluminum baseball bats behind the front door.
Mhm.
Everybody grabbed something and ran out the door. Like somebody actually ran through the screen door. And there was 10
Yeah,
plus.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all grabbing like bats and
Yeah.
handles and everything else. Marshall grabs a beer.
But when the lights in the neighborhood come on, all you see is 10 or so white guys with bats and sticks and stuff chasing a dude down the road
And a beer.
that had tried to break in a car.
Wow.
So at first, it really looked like the movie The Outsiders. It looked like there was like a gang fixing to fight.
Right.
But then it's like the next morning, everybody's like, son of a gun, dude. It was like, yeah, we saw the dude doing it, so we chased him out of here. Yeah, nothing like that ever happened again.
I bet.
Yep. And everybody knew. We were always out. We had so many people, and it's funny. We never actually planned on the party.
It just
It
happened.
just always ended up that way.
Yeah.
They
It's
weren't
like,
parties. They were
like when we met.
Yeah. Special
it
occasions.
truly was like when we met Robbie up at McDonald's. Is just joking around. Told her we were having a party Friday. There was no party. I just said it, just trying to get her to the house. We get to the house and there's already like 15 people waiting on us. I'm like, dude, unlock your door. We're trying to get in. Man, it was just like that. People would just
Look,
just show up.
here we
Like,
are, Memorial Drive in
y'all
Harrison.
usually have something going on.
And Stone Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Jeff was inside and I said, man, I got to go outside. It's hot in here. So I'm sitting on a cooler or something, or chair. I don't even know, right on the front porch. We had this big hill in the front yard. And I saw these people dressed really nice come walking up the hill. And I'm thinking, who the hell are you?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like 21. And I said, And of course, you wouldn't even think I've lived there. And I looked at the guy and said, "Hey, man, who are you?" And he says his name. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, how'd you find out about this? He goes, "Well, I was hanging out in a club in Atlanta, and so said there was a good party in Stone Mountain, blah, blah, blah. And this is the talk of the town, so I decided to come down." And I'm just like, holy cow. Okay, on in.
Grab a beer.
I mean, no, back then we didn't do beer. We did.
Oh, the hunch
We
punch.
did either the bathtub full of Golden Grain and everything else you could mix, or
30-gallon trash.
we would go buy every time we were going to have a party. We would buy a new 30-gallon trash can.
What did you do with it when you were done?
Used it as a trash can. But I mean, there was times used to they had
They had 52.
well, no, used
trash
to-
cans for every
That,
week.
that are to get rid of the bodies.
they really this is no lie. It one of the stores, and I can't remember where we purchased it, but every time it was stupid. But there was this little blue trash can. It was a 15-gallon trash can, and it was the perfect size because it was a little more big around than a 5-gallon bucket, but not much.
Mhm.
But it was like the height of like 2.5 5-gallon buckets, and literally by the time you did the gallon of Golden Grain and then Mellow Yellows and Kool-Aids and everything else, you would just take a soup ladle and
Fish it out.
just pour it in a cup, or just dip your cup in there.
When are we having one of them?
And we just called it basically a cup of stuff. You just get a cup of that stuff. And
It only took one cup, I'm
But
sure.
but what we found out for like $40,
Yeah.
you could get like 100 people drunk.
So when are we having one of them?
But we were dumb kids. We didn't know any better.
You,
Hey, when
you notice he's not answering you.
I know, right? Hey, when you were talking about driving backwards, it reminded me when right after I first started driving, and I was using my mom's or my parents' car, and I was scared she was going to get mad about how much mileage I had put on it. So I was at our church, and
You're so
I was
dumb.
driving around backwards trying to get the mileage to go backwards.
And did you really believe that?
No, I didn't, but I figured it
You
would
know
be
she
fun
did.
in the
You would say off.
process.
She did until someone told
The
her that
fact
was a
that you
stupid
believed
story.
it.
I didn't believe it. I
Did-
just thought
did
I'd
you do
try
it? Oh,
it.
But
you
you
just
still did it.
tried it.
I tried it and it was fun doing it, so I just kept going
That explains a lot.
until the youth
What was
minister
You know why
walked
this
out.
explains a
What was
lot?
that little,
Hey, hang on. You know why this explains a lot? Because it sounds something like, "I swear you can't get pregnant this way."
Then I had 3 kids.
And now, well, I'm thinking if you have 3 kids now doing it that way, then you probably tried the other way a lot.
Well, now that you think about it.
So Jeff, how's those trees?
Up
Beer.
here.
Oh my God! What was that little white car you had? A Datsun? Or?
It was a 4-door Dodge Colt.
I even
That
never
was
heard of one of those.
What happened is I had a
You never
78 Buick Regal that I'd slammed to the ground, big stereo system, everything. And I moved to Myrtle Beach and a friggin' hurricane came. So I came back home and my mom had given me a Chevette as my first car. Then my dad, I call him my dad, it was my stepdad, bought me my second car and then said, "Okay, your mom gave you a car, you went and got a job. I understand you can't get a job without a car. I'm gonna buy you this Buick. You go get a job." So I got a job, for a little while. And but anyways, then I lost the car. Well, then I came back home and they said, "You're not getting a car. You're gonna go get a job.
Mhm.
And when you save up some money, we'll get you a car." So basically, I worked at JCPenney's and rode with Mark Wright to and from work for like 6 months, saved up $700, and a friend of theirs' husband had passed away. And this was the car from the husband or whatever, and he only drove. He was retired, and so I got a really good deal on it, but I had to earn it. And then,
Right.
then Jeff brings up the fact that I drove a 4-door little white piece of crap car. Excuse me as I burp.
I've never even heard of. You said a Dodge
Oh,
Colt?
it's ugly. Watch this. Go ahead, Jeff. Go with your story.
Yeah.
It's like a 77 or 78. When I show you the picture, you're gonna be like, "Ha, ha, 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 you drove that."
We have to go back to Facebook soon.
Yeah,
I gotta
so we,
think of something.
What?
That was back with one of those little mini snowstorms that we had way back then. It was like a 1-day snowstorm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Scott decides, hey,
What?
Let's go cut donuts in the back of the parking lot.
It was white, but it
What
looked
was that
just like
shopping
that.
center right behind us?
Sports Town.
Sports Town.
Yep, Sports
Yeah, so
Town,
Scott
and it was a
gets
big
up in
shopping
this little-
center.
Yeah, Scott gets up there doing like 45, 50 miles an hour, and this little Dodge Colt starts cutting donuts in the back of the parking lot around the dumpsters and the loading docks and around the front of it, just for the kicks. And I tell you what, I probably aged about 15 years then.
The only reason that I
I tell you,
stopped, I want everybody to know this. The only reason that I stopped was we were in the front parking lot cutting friggin' donuts like it was nothing. And if you think about what a light pole looks like, back then the light poles went down to this big concrete base that's like the size of a 55-gallon drum, and it was solid concrete,
Mhm,
and it was painted yellow.
mhm.
Yep.
And we almost sideswiped one of those. And me and Jeff kind of looked at each other like, we probably need to quit. Because I want everybody to understand this. You start out being a little cocky, and then you push on the gas a little more, and you get a little faster, and you get a little more cocky. And then you start getting a little crazier, and then you get a little more cocky, and you get a little faster. So by the time that we almost hit the light pole, like the adrenaline was spiked. We thought we were just like the coolest things ever. And then the car goes and stopped right before it hit it. We kind of was like, oh shoot.
That's
As
sad.
you're
We
pulling
probably
the seat
need to stop that.
out of your butt because it puckered, I bet.
Oh yeah, because the Cab County probably
oh yeah, it
wouldn't
did.
have been happy if they had to peel us off a friggin' light pole. Yeah,
funny.
the things that we used to do. Look, that's exactly what it looked like. It had a black rag top like that. It was that car. How crazy is that?
And it actually, that car got me started listening to Metallica.
God, yeah,
Believe it or not.
yeah.
I was trying to call a friend of mine one night and actually got the wrong number. Don't know how I dialed it wrong, but some girl answered. Sounded cute, so I'm like, oh, cool. So I sat there and chatted with her for a while. Ended up setting a date with her. Was supposed to meet her up there at 85 and 120 right by Gwinnett Hospital. So my car had broken down. Scott let me use that car. So I go up and I get there like 20 minutes early, nothing to do. There wasn't anything on the radio. And there's like 300 tapes, cassette tapes that used to be back then. And picked one of them up and ended up being Metallica. And at that point, believe it or not, I'd never heard of Metallica. So I plugged it in, just sat there jamming the Metallica the whole time. And about an hour later, ended up going back home by myself. She never showed up.
Rudeness.
So she probably did a drive-by.
Yeah.
She probably drove by the parking lot and saw this ugly ass car sitting in the parking lot going, oh, is that what he's driving?
There's
I'll
no
pass on this
telling.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good times back then.
Yeah, those were crazy days. There's no doubt about it. Some of the stuff I remember, I'm remembering stuff now, and I'm thinking, do I really want to tell that story? Do I really want to tell that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably don't want to tell that story.
Tell us some more.
Old Marshall.
Man,
We
that
had
boy
our
was.
roommate Marshall. He was about our height, maybe a little bit taller, just kind of lanky, goofy run. Decided to do a beer sprint out of Big Star one day.
And didn't tell anybody.
And you talking about
Like we're sitting
didn't tell
there.
anybody.
We're sitting there in front of Big Star. I mean, we're
Did you
sitting.
say Big Star?
That used to be a grocery store.
Oh, I know. Oh my
Okay, now
God.
beer. So come on now. So we're sitting in front of you think of there's two entrances like an Ingle, a left side and
Okay.
right side. So we're sitting there and we're just kind of like talking about everything. And then it was like,
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you're sitting there at your house, you're partying and everything, you realize you're running out of beer. Hey, let's make a beer run. So y'all running up to the gas station, store, whatever, grab your beer and come back. Well, this is where the term beer sprint came in. Instead of a beer run, it was a beer sprint. Finish your story, Scott.
no, I was just saying, me and Jeff are just sitting there talking. We're like, oh, look at that girl. Oh, look at her boobs. Where's Marshall going? And Marshall is hauling ass across the parking lot with like 2 12-packs. And we're just like, look at the girl, like, hey, where's Marshall? And he's like, straight through the parking lot. We're right there at Harrison and Memorial Drive. And the dude's just straight across the road. They had the median, and there's nothing like watching a guy with two 12-packs run through 3 lanes of traffic, stand on the median, and wait for the traffic to stop so he can run
Frogger.
across the other line. Oh, yeah. Frogger with beer cans. The craziest thing we've ever seen. And the whole time, it's like,
Yeah,
what
he
the
was-
hell is he doing?
Jacob said, my Italian friend was a distraction for those. He would run in the store naked as a jaybird.
Oh, my God. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's just
that's where the term-
stupid stuff.
And that's how we came up with the term of beer sprint instead of a beer run.
That's funny.
Was from Marshall doing it. Was, and he ran awkwardly anyway. So when you add the 2 12-packs under your arm and you can't swing your arms like you normally do when you run,
Mm-hmm.
it was hilarious.
And he'd always wear stupid stuff like the docksiders and not tie the shoestrings, and the
Mhm.
heels were like pushed in. He'd wear them like sandals.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's running,
He's
Like
trying to keep
flop
you're
it.
seeing, yeah, you can see that he's trying not to lose a shoe. It's the freaking. It'd be like watching a black dude try to run with his pants
his
at his
pants
at his
hanging
crotch,
down,
you
yeah.
know, hanging under his legs. It's crazy.
And they still have a belt on. Like, they're running, holding it,
It was
up.
just insane. Some of the things that used to take place.
Or Scott. That was the one thing is like a lot of the people that showed up though, they were all, I mean, they hang out, they party with us, but they never ever brought the supplies with them. It was always Scott or
Yeah, they were
Marshall, right?
moochers.
Well, rarely Marshall. Yeah, they were moochers. And realized we were running out of beer and looked down. Oh my God, it's almost quitting time. So I ran down to the gas station, grabbed 2 12-packs, came back up. And it was like I wasn't putting them back in the fridge because everybody was drinking them. So I stuck them in the dryer. Hey Scott, if you want a beer, they're in the dryer. So he walks over to the dryer, pushes the start button. They're in here, and these weren't like 12. It wasn't a 12-pack cans. These were 12-pack bottles because that's all I drink was bottles. So he turns on the damn dryer with these 2
12-pack bottles.
sitting in there.
Think of what tennis shoes sound like in a dryer. Can you imagine 12-pack of bottle
And then
beer?
broken glasses.
Good Lord.
No, I was surprised that none of them broke, but it's like an hour before I could ever drink one.
No, none of them
It
broke.
was
Mhm.
insane.
Wow.
How
you're
about
lucky.
how about this one? You'll
Not
get, a
one
kick,
broke.
you'll get a kick out of this. Me, Jeff, my father, and my uncle were at Whitewaters. Decided,
Oh
and you
my
know, this is
God.
before cell phones. So we said, my dad was like, "What do y'all want to do tonight?" And I said, "I don't know." And I said, I looked at Jeff. We're in a Toyota Camry, like a piece of crap old Toyota Camry. And we both looked at each other and was like, "We can have a party." My uncle, my dad's like, "Hell yeah, come on!" They're both singles. They're like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." So we stopped at a BP and bought a bunch of beer, and then we stopped at another. And at the time, I worked for BP, and I knew what BP's. I was assistant manager of a store, so I knew what BP's had stuff on sale. So I'm like, "Stop at this one. Stop at this one." Go on. So we like hit all these BP's on the way home. Me and Jeff, I am not lying. The floorboard had
You're
so.
talking
Sir?
from Whitewater.
Yes. From Whitewater back to Stone
all
Mountain.
the way over to Candler, all the way over to Candler Road first,
We spent
and back up.
hundreds of dollars on beer, but you would have thought we spent thousands because of the deals, right?
Right.
So when we get, as we're pulling up towards our house, well, I mean, before the neighborhood, we had to get ice at this point because me and Jeff's feet were not in the floorboard because they were on top of beer. There was beer stuck between us with, you know, up as high as our shoulders in there. There was just 12-pack after 12-pack after 12-pack after 12-pack. And then we had to stop and get ice.
We're
We
sitting on
we
all.
sat on the ice to be able to get into the neighborhood because there was a Chevron at Hairston Memorial.
Cold butt.
Put it this way, there was so much beer that we had 2 55-gallon trash cans full of ice and beer. No lie. And there was beer still sitting in the floor.
Emptied out.
Then the electricity
emptied
friggin' went out. And
Emptied out the refrigerator.
yeah, emptied out the refrigerator.
Boxes out on all the shelves.
But what was crazy is we had a generator. So when the we were fixing to have a big volleyball day, right? So we had like friggin' 15 people per side. We're doing volleyball in the backyard. Everybody knew on Saturdays that's what we did was play volleyball and drink beer. And all of a sudden, some friggin' thunderstorm started. It never rained, but the electricity went out. So we cranked the generator up. We got, you know, clamp on lights on top. everybody in the neighborhood's dark, but our yard is still got everybody playing volleyball. In the quiet, it was so quiet except for us yelling
Mhm.
and beer everywhere.
So
I
everybody
mean,
just
And
came
the
over.
radio
it
playing.
looked like a freaking frat house.
So everybody end up.
Yeah, all the neighbors, everybody ended up partying with us.
Heck yeah.
And when we say party, it was always like a family reunion with us.
Right.
I mean, it didn't matter who you were. Just come on, man. Just come hang out. And it's kind of like that now with the fun bus. It's like, come on, get on the bus. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then we wonder how I turned out the way I am.
It was, and all the pretty funny, especially the girls that some of y'all tried hooking up with. And
Oh, really? You
ended
got to
up
go
mom
there.
come down there.
Go ahead. Let's
Go
hear some of
ahead,
those.
guys. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but it was, but then the moms decided they wanted to come down and try and party with us. That was the funny part.
The what?
The moms.
Oh.
You were
The
sitting there
MILFs?
trying to
I've seen
get together with these women or these girls, and you'd meet the parents or the mom, and then the mom's like, "Oh, cool." And then she'd end up coming down, and hanging out, and partying with us.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, it was just a good all around something. It was always something going on. Well, look, brother, let me get out of here. I need to
it was
get on.
all right, man, and sorry about your loss, and we're here for you.
Yeah, I know. And look, I'll just make it
Anything.
clear. It's sad. It's hard to deal with this. But my grandfather was 92, and he would have lived on
Good-
forever if
good
he
long
could
life.
have. He's done everything. My grandfather, if everybody's ever seen any pictures of me and him standing on the front porch, both of us got our tattoos, earrings. I mean, it was freaking cool. He was probably one of the coolest grandfathers around.
Mhm.
And I only met him that one. Time when we went out to his farm hunting,
Well, let me get out of here, brother.
and he was a hoot, man. Y'all have a great day, and happy hump day to y'all.
All right,
Bye,
man. See you
Jeff.
later.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
All right, bye.
You too. Bye.
And I got to get off to a commercial, everybody. We'll be back momentarily. Hang on. It's just for fun in the morning. What?
Jacob said he sent him a message saying he needed to reschedule. He's just waiting for a reply.
Okay. Yeah, Mike's got something for that was going to be tomorrow, and I said if we can put it off till Monday, just because I know I got the next couple of days. I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Like if the fact of the matter is if my aunt wouldn't have waited till 11, I said I wanted to go with her, and she asked if I wanted to go to begin with too, and I said yeah, but I can't. I could if I really wanted to. They word that way, but I said I can't get there till 11. I said literally, I go downstairs and shower.
Yeah.
I had to go upstairs to get dressed. I said, she figures show's over at 10, close it down by 10:15. I said, it'd be 10:30 for I'm upstairs putting shoes and socks on. So,
You have to go to Scott Ward.
at least it's right up the road.
Yeah.
But I know I'd need to get me something to eat, stuff like that.
Well, then I guess once you guys concrete everything, we'll find out. You said because you guys are planning it for Friday.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
So I may have to cut the show Friday short because yesterday Scott Ward had said if the funeral's at 11, then we'd all need to meet up around 10:15 to pull out by 10:30. But realistically, if we're leaving at 10:30 from the funeral home, then I need to be there like 9:45.
Yeah.
Easy.
If not 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You know me. If I say I got to be there at 9:45, I'll be leaving here.
Well, if that's the case, why don't we just not do a Friday
We
show?
we may not. We
So
may
you can
not.
just
I
do
won't
your-
know till noon
Right.
today what day it's going to be.
Yeah.
Saturday might work better because, of course, people will be off work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're now saying rain on Saturday. So my aunt may be
Do it.
really more on the lines of I want the bikes to be there because she wants me to ride my bike.
Baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, John Hanger. Come on. Come here, baby. Come here. Okay. Okay.
God, you feel like cold air? Are you in shorts? I'm in shorts. I can feel like
Yep,
cold air.
I'm wearing shorts.
Yesterday, man, I couldn't get warm. I couldn't figure out why. And it's like, because I'm in flip flops.
Yeah.
And my feet stayed froze because they kept going in and out smoking so much. Now my mom wants to meet at 10:30 to give me some paperwork. Well, if I got to meet my aunt at 11, that means I got to be dressed. So that means at like 9:30, I got to call the show because there's no way I'll have time to get dressed.
Yeah. She's probably cold. Oh. She probably does feel better then. Which direction?
Huh?
Which way? Okay, good. That's what I was asking. I don't want you to poop because I have to step out of the door.
Hey, you can't do that here. You can't do that here.
You can't doo-doo here.
You can't do that here. We don't doo-doo in the station. And I just said that over the microphone. You know, crap. Literally, you can't do that here. You don't do that in the studio. You don't do the do in the studio bathroom.
I will do the do if I do.
No.
Yes.
No do gets done in the station.
I will do the do if I need to.
No do gets done in the station.
Then I'll go upstairs.
It don't get do there.
Then I'll go upstairs.
Those are real
and
words.
Do the do.
Those were real words somewhere.
All summer long.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave at 9:30. I gotta close it at 9:30. My mom wants me to come meet her now to get cemetery information, and my daughter has to go to the dentist at 12. So my mom's like, I can't go to the cemetery at 11. The funeral at 11.
Right.
Oh my God! So in order for me to meet her at 10:30 means I'd have to leave here by 10, which means it's 9:30. I got to be upstairs getting dressed
Yeah. Hold on.
and doing the do.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't know she'd catch that.
It was on break. I'm about to go back.
It's for David, so it's okay.
Yeah, I sent her a text. She hasn't answered yet. I'll let you know when she answers. Love you too. Bye.
We're smoking.
Funny things.
I tagged you in something I need you to share.
I was going there until the phone call came through. We were smoking funny things. I'm thinking about tomorrow.
And then make sure you like the page.
So do you want to do some Family Feud things before we close up?
Yeah.
God, cannot type.
I know. I've been saying that forever.
Shut up.
There's so many other things you can't do.
Blow. Bite me.
All right, everybody, we're back. And listen, I just had some important text messages coming back and forth. I've got to go meet my mother at 10:30 to get cemetery information from her, which means at 9:30 I'm going to have to close showdown. So I hope everybody understands. And please bear with me over the next couple of days because, got funeral stuff to deal with today. I have no idea if the funeral's tomorrow, Friday, possibly Saturday. We're aiming for Friday. So, today definitely messing up a little bit. Friday, questionable.
You don't have to apologize. For everybody understands.
Yeah, but you still have to notify people
I
and
know.
such.
We'll get it taken care of. Just let me know. We'll get it.
So, Bubbles, we really haven't talked to you a whole lot. What's been going on with Bubbles? The
Nothing.
World According to Bubbles. We'll replace Mike's show and
Yeah.
give her own show.
Let's do it.
Let's
She
do
likes
it.
that.
Okay.
It'd be more interesting.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I haven't done nothing.
How did your finals go with school and stuff?
I have.
Did you see Drew up there?
No, I think I have a couple times, but I'm not sure. So I don't.
I know
wanna
he's seen you.
go- Has he really?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
He asked at Scotty's
player is watching you, girl.
No,
I'm just
at
saying.
Scotty's surprise party. He was like, "Where's Bubbles?" I mean, that's exactly. He was like, "Hey, Denise, where's Bubbles?" That's all. That's exactly what he said.
Well, I don't want to walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey," and then him be like, "Who are you?"
Alex said if we do the World According to Bubbles, it would be more regular show. Anyway, so
Well, it would involve some of the same stuff because he tries to drink Taylor Swift's bathwater. So I mean, it would be
I wouldn't. No, ew.
no, but I mean, it would be similar. Meaning you're a young.
Oh, he would try to drink my
Female.
bathwater.
Well, I'm just saying if you're a young female talking about your daily activities,
Oh.
and he's chasing young females talking about their daily activities.
yeah, true.
So the World According to Bubbles. What would one of your topics be? Already sounds like the World According to Mike right
there. Dead air. She doesn't.
So on to the Family Feud stuff.
Yeah, let's go
Denise.
I
there.
think about things.
Yeah, think about things. Let us know how that works.
Contemplate life.
Name something a lonely man might eat for Thanksgiving dinner.
A TV dinner?
A pizza.
A
Okay.
booger.
A booger. Oh my God, the World According to Bubbles.
Did you say a booger or
Yes,
a
she said a booger.
I thought she said a hooker.
Oh, you did say hooker? Okay, I got nervous. I would have never thought she'd have said hooker, but I guess it's possible.
A hooker.
Name
Yeah, because even he doesn't want to be alone on Thanksgiving.
Right?
true. Name something you wish you were born with.
Hmm.
Well, Bruce, I figured
Yeah.
you would.
Good one, Alex. Alex said for as far as the lonely man on Thanksgiving, Waffle House.
Yes, that's
a good
probably
one.
more accurate. than
Actually,
anything.
hold on a second. Let me go. Where is it? There it is. Let's see what some of the answers were. There was a TV dinner, pizza, turkey
dinner, see?
sandwich, hamburger, or Chinese food.
That too, Alex.
Alex!
We can't say that.
Bubbles is like, what?
Yes, because
So-
she's not in the group, so she's not seeing it.
Name something you wish you were born with.
I said Bruce, so making a joke.
Bruce?
Jenner,
Jenner,
Oh.
Caitlin, whatever she is. He,
but
Jim.
Them.
him would have been born. Okay, next topic.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Tell me a game you might see people playing at the park.
Frisbee.
Football.
Butt ball.
Football.
Oh.
Well, that too.
Did you see what Alex said about name something you
I
wish
was
you were born
I was going to
with?
say that anything I've seen at the park would be an exchange of currency of tacos.
True. Hey, read what Alex said about what you were born with.
Hold on, let me go to
Kind of
that.
scared.
See, he's still hung on that.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Name something people put on pasta.
Sauce.
Parmesan.
Butter. Saturday.
That must be a redneck thing. Butter on
Name-
everything.
Name a word or phrase that contains belly.
Button. Belly button.
I mean, she nailed it.
Belly dance.
Belly lint.
Belly.
That'd be belly button lint.
Belly. Mike.
Beer belly.
Yeah. Okay. What's something you can
Jelly
never
belly.
find? Yeah. What's something you can never find when you need it?
Car keys most of the time. Screwdriver.
What kind of screwdriver?
Batteries.
Batteries.
Okay. So there was
My brain.
Possibly. Very much
there
so.
was belly button, jelly belly, belly dancing, belly ache, belly flop, and round belly. Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Um.
Alex says remote, which is true. I think I'm
That's
fixing to
true.
get a basket because I started thinking about this. I've already got
you have a-
TV. Listen, TV remote, the AT&T remote, my Apple TV remote, my surround sound remote, and if I get the Fire Stick, there's another remote.
Oh, the amp. Is that the amp?
The thing that plugs in the TV. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to get me a little box to keep stuff in because
Yeah.
Zaylee wants to play with all the damn remotes.
True.
Oh, you get one that doesn't work, and you take the batteries out.
No, I don't do that.
Oh, see,
Because
My
then she
house-
thinks she can play with anything.
My household rule is you don't start taking batteries out of other remotes. There's nothing that pisses me off worse than go to change the channel and somebody stole the batteries.
No, she's
No, this
saying
is an
so
old
just so
remote.
Zaylee can
Oh
have
yeah,
one to
I've
play
done that. I've given her one. I thought you
But-
were saying the same thing because,
No.
like, I mean, golly, I can't tell you how many times I've went to pick up a remote in the front living room and the batteries are gone.
Well,
I'm like,
and I used
who
to do
does that?
I used to do that with the kids so they could
Yeah,
have
I
one to
give-
play with, but then they think it's okay to pick up any
That's
No,
the problem.
Sophie knows my niece. She has her one remote that she plays with, and she thinks she's actually changed the channel.
Yeah,
but-
mine too. I got you.
Mhm.
I got you. And I've had to do that. I had to give her one remote, but the problem is it's an old VCR remote, but it looks like my TV remote.
Yeah.
So the problem is
Sometimes
every
you pick
time
it up.
she grabs the TV remote, she thinks she's okay. She thinks she's getting hers.
Yeah,
Doesn't work that way.
yeah. Name a reason someone might cancel a date.
Explosive diarrhea.
That actually gets used around here way too much.
True.
That
I'll just
excuse,
come here and have
that
explosive
excuse
diarrhea.
has gotten
No
used
poo in the studio.
way too much.
Hey, I have poopery now. It's okay.
Poopery. That's poopery.
That's trap of crap, right?
Trap a crap. So I would say nerves.
I'm
You would
lost because I
cancel a date-
saw her picture on Facebook and I don't know what that is. Alex.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Oh no! You would cancel a date because you saw her. on
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
The
You
world
are
is cool.
so.
Well, you got to remember everything goes so fast around here. When she started talking about crap, the question was the reason I would have canceled a date.
Yeah.
A bigger, better deal came up, a BBD.
Never mind.
And you got a perverted mind, no, but I
Uh-huh.
mean, say you got a date with a hot chick, but then a hotter chick wants to go out. Well, then you cancel your date. I was single once. I know how the game's played.
Anywho,
Name another way of saying goodbye.
See you, biatch. Click.
Ciao.
You know what they say in
Chow
China?
mein.
Chow mein. Do you get that?
Adios.
what about chow mein? Like the food?
Well, you know the food's called chow mein.
Yeah.
So you know what they say in China? Chow mein.
Oh.
It's like chow mein. Chow mein.
oh, okay. I get
Okay.
it.
You get it? It's kind of funny.
It's slow.
Chow mein.
Okay, Bubbles. Name an
Gorgeous.
animal you might see on Old McDonald's farm. An
Hmm.
E-I-E-I-O.
Of course, you've been hanging out with your kids.
A rabbit.
Tell me something you cannot legally
A
do.
cow.
without
Wait, go
a
back to the farm. A
Yeah.
cow.
We have to, I said a rabbit.
What sound does a rabbit make?
Why would you do that? I almost called you Stephanie. Why would you do that?
Oh. Okay, what else? Squirrel.
What sound
Alex
does that
says,
make?
adios, mother
Yeah.
truckers.
Yeah. Okay, Scotty. Tell me something a person cannot legally do without a license.
Carry a gun.
Carry a gun. I mean, that's our number one. Drive. Get married.
True. Have a business.
Yeah, people
Certain
do that
kinds of
every day.
pets.
True.
Yeah. Certain kind of pets. That's a good one. Because certain pets, you do have to be
She's
registered.
kind of smart.
Well, she
Right.
does go to school.
It's a secret. Shh.
Um, Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably a good one at that point.
Okay.
Sell liquor,
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
serve liquor,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Name a body part.
lick her. Sometimes that involves having to have a license.
A what?
Nothing.
Liquor?
Keep going. You didn't have to repeat it. Keep going, Denise.
Name a body part that many love songs mention.
I mean, if you're in Nevada,
Nirvana.
when you're in Las Vegas, you have to have a license to work at the Bunny Ranch. That's all I was trying
Yeah,
to
you
say.
do.
Keep going.
Name a body part. Where did it go?
Perform
that-
surgery is from Alex.
Name a body part that many love songs mention.
The butt.
Alex actually typed "be a hooker in Vegas" at the same time. That's funny.
Yes.
Say again now.
The butt.
No, I mean
A
I got
body
that.
part that many that love songs mention.
The butt. Well, would you call it a love song?
Your lips.
I mean, "Baby Got Back" is not a love song. "Twerk" is not a
Eyes,
love song.
Your lips.
So
All of them.
Them hips.
but is that a love song? Girl, what kind of songs you listening to? Just because that guy was grinding on you and said he loved you didn't make it a love song. Kenny Rogers and Dolly did not do a song about that.
Scotty.
They did the island.
The mountains and the stream.
They did the islands or something.
Yeah.
Tell me something you might do at a concert.
Well, I can tell you what Jeff Matthias would do. Jeff Matthias fell asleep during Metallica.
No, he didn't.
How?
I asked the same question.
How?
We are sitting up in the nosebleed of Metallica Black Label Tour, and Inner Sandman was jamming out, and Jeff was snoozing.
God.
Jeff fell asleep to Inner Sandman at a concert.
Jeff, we're disowning you right now.
So we'll ask the question again.
Tell me something you might do at a concert.
Of course, it's from a bomb.
Dave Matthews concert.
Man, yell.
That was everywhere.
Yo, my God. The Motley Crue concert. I lost my voice that concert.
I was hungry on the way home from the Dave
Making
Matthews
illegal
Band concert. and I
Making
wasn't
illegal
even-
recording would be from Alex
at the
Oh, the
concert.
concert.
because you're recording it.
Tell Bubbles.
What?
Tell me something that is harder to do with braces on your teeth.
I got puff pass, by the way,
I've
from
got
one
a
listener.
picture for that. No joke. I saw that like 2 seconds ago on Instagram.
You hear me?
So
I got somebody
Puff,
from
puff,
the concert saying, "Boy, there's still more people answering puff pass." Drink some Jim Beam and Mountain Dew mixed together. Yeah, apparently that one a lot of people can relate to.
So
We had a girl in high school. Her name was Grass Teeth or Bush Hog.
Why would she be called?
Oh,
Bush?
the question.
Oh, sorry.
mm-mm-mm.
Alex
Oh.
is wanting to know Bubbles' age. She's too young for you.
I'm 18.
Well,
She's
maybe she's
legal.
not. She's legal, but
She's legal.
Alex, I think, has to at least wait till she's 21.
So tell me something that is harder to do with braces on your teeth.
You get it now?
As she smiles at me, I'm thinking, what other answers do you have for that? But don't answer that.
Yeah.
Just don't
It's
answer
after
that.
8 o'clock.
Just don't answer that. 'Cause she's just smiling. She's like, yeah,
You
don't
get
answer
it
that.
now.
Did you have braces?
No.
Oh, so you okay. So you don't speak from experience.
Let's see. Name something you might knit.
Read what Alex said real fast before we go any further.
I can't say that out loud.
But you're laughing.
I know.
All right, go back to your questions real quick. We only have a few
She
minutes
knows
left before
very
I gotta
much
get out of
about
there.
it.
Oh my God. Keep going.
Can you not?
Name something you shouldn't pick up with your bare hands
Doo-doo when your dog poops, man.
by the sidewalk because I walked her.
Keep going.
Boogers.
Pick them up with your fingers. Okay, I guess
You don't pick
technically
on
your
with your
hands.
bare hands. I
Um,
mean, unless you have a lot of them.
name a real life.
Name a real what?
She's talking
A
about
real
it,
housewife
yeah.
from Atlanta?
No, name a real life situation where people might spontaneously break into song.
An elevator.
Cleaning house.
Yeah, clean house. People riding in the car.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Hell, Walmart, dude. You'll hear people singing sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Tell me something people jump into. Relationships.
The sack.
Bless you. True.
Metaphorically speaking,
Bubbles.
The ocean.
the lake,
The pool.
sheet. A lot of people just jump right into sheet. Figuratively, of course.
Tell me something mothers tell their children not to do in public.
Pick their nose.
Yes.
Fart.
Say certain words.
Pick their wedgies.
You have to do that sometimes.
Throw
Don't
temper
do that.
tantrums.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Throw temper tantrums.
Name a profession that requires you to smile a lot.
Welcome to Moe's.
A dentist. Well, no.
Then I feel like some just are upset.
Strippers.
Strippers don't smile.
They should. The ones that have teeth.
Not Waffle House.
Yeah, no Waffle House.
Name something you do when you're angry.
Throw stuff.
Cuss.
Yes, I'm very vocal when I'm angry.
Punch.
I don't do
Stuff.
that because that tears stuff up.
stew. Like just sit there. Just sit there.
Sometimes that's not good.
Well, sometimes it's better than punching people.
I got prostitute smile.
Oh Lord. Yeah, because they want your
How much you
politician. He's
That's
a
right.
politician.
How much you got?
Name something that requires a lot of practice.
Prostitution. Didn't we have that as a question? one time?
Politician.
Requires a lot of practice.
I think one time you had this question and meant to say politician, but you said prostitution. And I think Bubba was here that day.
Did I?
Yes, I think that's why I looked at her and said prostitute because I remember y'all were
I
sitting
don't
on that
remember what I
side
did
one
yesterday, let alone.
time. We call you Bubbles for a reason.
Jacob said, speaking of teeth, one of mine just straight up fell out while chewing food last night.
Ooh, don't tell us these things.
Oh my God. Okay, so we did that one. Name something that stains your clothes.
Coffee. Ooh, I got a Tide to Go pin for Christmas.
Kool-Aid,
You got
ketchup,
a Tide to Go
mustard,
pen for Christmas.
Monica
Yes,
Lewinsky.
Name a bad time to get sick.
Anytime is a bad time to get sick, but during sex,
Like thrown up or like
Anything.
hanging out at a bar, a movie theater,
In the middle of a wedding. Your
Yes.
wedding.
a funeral,
Yeah.
the birthing of your child. That'd be a
In the
horrible
middle
time.
of a radio show.
Yeah.
Name something you own that requires a good deal of money to maintain. Your bus.
Your car. Oh God, yeah, the bus.
Yeah.
A motorcycle. Motorcycles are the world's
cut
a
the
boat.
grass.
They say a boat is just a waste of money.
A plane.
Name.
Your house,
Yeah.
an expensive hooker
Okay,
You're
yeah, because
just-
you gotta trim the grass.
on her too. Yeah.
My husband's wife. It's a lot
Has she
of
figured
money.
that about you yet? I mean, go ahead. Next question.
Well, I mean,
we got to
she's
get out of here
trying
too at
to.
9:26.
Name a popular excuse people give for not going to the gym.
And Alex said yes, Lewinsky. I was about to say that when you said it. Say again. Question.
A
What?
popular excuse people give for not going to the gym.
I don't have time.
I'm sore.
I was gonna say I'm busy, but same thing.
Yeah.
I don't have the money.
Yeah, my things. I never have time.
I don't have the
enough time.
money. Name a place where you press buttons.
Here, I press buttons everywhere I go. That's my job.
Name a body part you might need to replace as you get older.
Your
Knees.
boobs.
Well, that too. If you have
Your
yes.
eyes.
Your
Yeah, but
You
eyes.
get LASIK.
Yeah,
You don't replace them though. Your hip.
Yeah,
That's right.
Your uncle Jim had that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we got to get.
We're gonna get to getting.
All right, everybody, and I wanted to talk about. We got a new sponsor called Turn and Burn Motors. They're located on the Access Road between. God, I'm sorry, I'm so burping. I chugged coffee this morning to wake up, but they're between West Avenue and Sigmund Road. And if you say you're on the outside of Conyers, heading towards Stonecrest, rather. God, my words are messed up this morning. They're on your left. Let me get it out of my mouth. They're located close to New Smyrna Road. They're on the left.
Everybody go like their page.
Yeah, make sure you go like the
I
page. And look,
shared
I hung out with him yesterday before I got the news. And Jack is the owner. Super great guy. Blends in with us really well. Has a lot of the same mentalities that we do. Of course, we're doing a show to be funny.
Right.
So you can't judge by, you can't say Jack acts like we do, because that's not the case. This is a show. Everybody needs to know it's just a show.
Alex wants everybody to join the NRA. I can't say exactly what you said, Alex, but everybody join the NRA.
Yeah, Alex will probably share that link or something here. Make sure everybody can see it.
Yeah. So, all righty. Well, I'll keep everybody updated what's going on this week. But
Yeah, man, we got to go. And I hate it, but I got to go upstairs, take a shower, get dressed, meet
yeah,
my
'cause you
mother,
kinda-
well, I mean, God, what time did I get home?
I know.
You know, it was sad. I was actually leaving my grandfather's. I had just passed the horse park, talking to my aunt about, the guns and stuff that was at my grandfather's house. And my aunt's like, do you have everything? I said, yeah. She goes, are you on your way here? And I was like, just past the horse park, coming up the hill, right? And she said, are you coming here? I said, well, I was heading home, but I can come there. So literally, I get to her house. Me and my uncle's looking at all the guns. We start to put them in his gun safe. And about that time, my mom calls, says the house just got broke into. So then as I hang up the phone with her, I'm telling everybody. And then as I'm leaving my aunt's house, I get on 138. I'm just a few seconds down the road. I get the phone call. Could you come help, put some plywood up over the doors? So literally at 9:30, I was getting on I-20 aiming for Stone Mountain. And then I was, heading home at around 11. It's just wow. Just wow.
Alex said, send me a hangout invite and I'll do the last hour.
No, I got to go.
Yeah, well, I'll keep everybody updated as far as shows this week, what's going on and everything. So
yeah,
Scotty
man.
doesn't have to worry about it.
And next time we will do that invite thing, like Friday or something. If I can't be here for the show, I can always let Alex fill in. It's just right now I really got to get moving.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, and thanks for everybody that said prayers be with me and my family. I mean, it's sad, but my grandfather's 92 years old and lived one hell of a life. I mean, this guy is me. I mean, the personality in everything. He's me, and I know that everything I am, I got from this cat, and I know he lived his life to the fullest. So
right, and if anybody needs,
it sucks that he passed away, but he wasn't doing too good there at the end.
Right.
But he lived one hell of a life. If anybody has a reason to celebrate life, it'd be that man.
Well, and I was just gonna say, if anybody needs anything as far as for fun,
reach out to
get
you.
in touch with me. Let Scotty do his thing.
Yeah, because today I won't have anything. Yeah, this whole week. I mean, I hate to reschedule people and blow people off, but hopefully everybody understands that I've got a lot going on this week.
So just hit me up. I'll get what I can figured out, and if I can't, I'll find a way.
That's right. All right, you guys. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Everybody have a good day. We'll be back.
Thanks for coming, Bubbles.
We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Miss Bubbles, for coming in. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, Utes.
Chow mein.
You're chow mein.
Shaka Khan.
Later. Did you really Shaka Khan the camera? Later.
Bye.